I'm gonna be honest, this is one of them situations where I was thinking about ending the weigh-ins, the weekly weigh-ins, because I noticed that judgment is keeping me from being as open as I used to be.
Are you surprised? Audience, I'm talking to you. Are you surprised with that intro? I'm really not. She seems to be doing this quite a lot. She starts something, and I've said it in the past, she starts something and she says, yeah, I'm gonna continue. However, again, she's decided that she no longer wants to continue because of the judgment. Hello, girls. I know it's been a little while, but I'm back. Let's continue watching.
I know that there's always going to be judgment, but I just feel like the level of judgment that I receive is off the charts. I've never seen anything like it on any other YouTube video, any other YouTuber. Like, every YouTuber gets judgment, gets hate, etc. But like, it's just insane how bad mine is.
The way she says, oh, it's insane how bad mine is. So it makes me think that she sits and watches other people who are controversial and just waits and sees, you know, is this comment worse than the comment that I've got? No, let's calculate it. Let's scale it out. What?
Over things that are very common. As a human being, I make very common mistakes, and it's not that I want to get away with certain mistakes, or like if I gain weight in a week. This is kind of what that's about, so you guys will see that towards the end of this video. Normal things that other people get to experience, I don't get that same experience. I am just constantly being judged.
You can just turn off the comment section just for a little while. You know that you're at your worst. Maybe you're not 572.4256, whatever that number was, but you know that you're not in the greatest place. So maybe just for a little while, just turn off the comments, or maybe I feel like I can't trust you to not read them, so turning off would be a better idea. For a short time, I think you make enough money and you're not that desperate for it. You know, we live in a world where things are so expensive, people can't afford things, and you're here buying really expensive Legos and whatnot. You can't afford just for a month to sort of lay low. It's fine.
Ridiculed and belittled, and it sucks, and it was preventing me from making this video, and that's why you guys are getting it a couple days late. So I'm sorry for that.
Amber, sometimes you say such pointless things. Why are you sorry for that? We didn't even know that you'd be making such video. So, what? It doesn't really make a difference to us when you posted it because we didn't know about it.
I know deep down that I want to make these videos for the people who genuinely enjoy watching my journey and not just like watching it to belittle me or to make me feel like crap about myself.
See, I don't know if you're pretending to not understand to seem quirky or something, but you know why people watch you, Amber. You've made the videos, right? I know you started off this channel as, you probably thought, okay, it's not really going to go anywhere. I'm just going to be documenting my weight loss journey for myself. And then you boomed and everyone was watching you because, I hate to say it, but it's a train wreck. You were a 200 and something pound or 300 and something pound woman, and you planned to lose some weight, but what actually happened is you started gaining weight on a weight loss journey for the past 10 years, and it's steadily been going up and up and up. Yeah, you've been losing here and there like 50, 100 pounds, whatever, but you keep on gaining it all back. You're controversial. People find it exciting. So when you look online and you see this 600-pound woman is eating KFC and McDonald's and whatever, making herself bigger, it's exciting. It's incredible. You can't imagine that a 600-pound woman is putting her body and her life through this. So that's why people watch you. Yeah, there's going to be a small amount of people who really, really love you. And I'm not saying that the other people who watch you don't love you, but a huge part of it, it's because it's crazy.
So I'm going to answer 5 weight-related, body-related, food-related topics. So the first question is, how much have you saved for weight loss surgery? So I think I'm going to keep that private.
So I've collected some questions and I'm going to be answering all of them for you. The first one is, how old is wifey? I think I can't answer that one because it's like a private situation type deal. The second question is, do you still talk to Becky? We're gonna keep that a secret for now. It's something that I'm willing to reveal later on. This is such an Amberlynn thing to do.
Next question is, would you go back on Ozempic now that you don't care about rapid weight loss? Honestly, no, because there is a massive Ozempic shortage and people with diabetes who has been taking Ozempic for a while aren't able to get the medicine because it's now like a new fad thing. I heard through the rumor mill, whatever. I've heard that celebrities who are already thin is taking Ozempic. Why? Why? That's really weird. So I would not take Ozempic just because of the shortage. If the shortage was stopped and everyone was getting the medicine they needed, then we can re-talk about it.
But does this persona match your profile? The way you talk, like, oh, I wouldn't take it because of the shortage. Like, what an angel, right? There's been plenty of stuff that you've done that I've thought, okay, that's a little bit dodgy, but you've still done it, and it hasn't been a great thing to do, but now you've turned into a saint. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think you're just not bothered. I think it was just another thing. It was also a fad diet for you as well. And then you wanted an excuse to stop it, and then you told us something about a sludge in your gallbladder or something like that, and then you come off it. Just say you don't want to be on it. That's fine.
Third question is, do you have rewards planned for hitting your weight loss goals? I don't, because I have tried to do this in the past where it's like, okay, if I lose 20 pounds, I can get a new purse. I ended up buying the new purse even before I hit the goal. In the past, I've done like, once I'm down 100 pounds, I'll do like a whole hair makeover, or I'll get a piercing I've wanted. And I know that's not going to happen because I know that if I want something enough, then I'm going to get it regardless. Fourth question, what's been your favorite meal lately? Definitely the homemade poke bowls that we have been doing. We've had it a few times now and it's so freaking delicious. I could literally eat it daily. Last question is, do you think it's fatphobic that people think Feline is either using you or a feeder? I do, because if I was a normal weight, people wouldn't think that Feline is using me. People wouldn't think that she's a feeder. And it just sucks because it's like, it's pretty much proving that based on the number on the scale, you guys are making me feel like I'm not valued as a human. Like I don't have worth as a human.
You know what? I'm with Amber on this one. I don't think, I think it's pretty rude to assume that someone is only with Amber because of her money, because I think that Amber, as everyone else, she may have bad qualities, but she also has some good qualities. And there's always someone for someone in the world. That's how I see it. There's always a match. Even if Amber is a terrible person, she will find someone who is her match. And I believe that that person is out there. Whether that's wifey or not, I don't know. Or Feline, sorry. I can't keep up with the names. There's so many names these days. Anyway, wifey, girlfriend, whatever. However, having said that, I do understand why people think that. You must admit, Amber, the way that Feline came into the scene was a little bit suspicious. You didn't meet her from a friend of a friend, like how you met Becky or Destiny or whatever. Well, actually, Destiny you met online. She messaged you and she kind of sort of targeted you and she said all the right things to you and you kind of fell in love and it was so quick. She then suddenly moved in with you so quickly. How people normally talk and fall in love, and sometimes love can be, some people can believe in love at first sight, whatever. But I think that it takes some time for you to actually fall in love with someone, right? So the fact that she kind of just moved in out of the blue, and then she just started living with you and telling you that she loves you, I find that so weird. And I find it even more weird that she moved in while your ex-girlfriend was there. So I think that's why people think it's a little bit weird. And they did some, she got doxxed or whatever. And they found out I don't know how much of this is accurate, you can tell me, but I've heard that apparently Feline or Wifey or whoever it was, one of these girls, they were in debt and they were like a physical education teacher or something, but they were in a lot of debt. So there's a lot of things that kind of add up and you think, it's possible, but that's not to say that the only reason she's with you is because of that. Maybe she likes you and she thinks that, okay, there's some other benefits with being with you too.
Like I don't deserve love, or that someone can't find me attractive or even just think that I have a good heart because of the number on the scale. And that is very, very fatphobic. And it also goes along the lines of like shallow. It's just like very shallow. It's disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that it is shallow. I agree. And I think that, yes, it's disrespectful. Fatphobic, I don't agree with, because fatphobia, I think that's a really serious thing. People throw it around like, oh, you're fatphobic. No, some people might just not like fat people, and that's completely fine, to be honest. If they keep it to themselves and just, don't make a fat person your partner, whatever. But to say that someone is fatphobic, what is a phobia? A phobia is an irrational fear, right? I don't think anyone sees someone who is fat and thinks, oh my God, I'm terrified. I don't think that's what they think. Or maybe I'm getting the definition wrong, but I don't know. I don't think that's fatphobic. What do you think? Tell me.
Well, and it just doesn't make sense because there are people out there who do not care about the number on the scale and they find beauty in other things about me. Like, I'm just gonna use me for an example. Like, sure, being 500 pounds isn't beautiful. It's not a beautiful thing, but you can still be beautiful at 500 pounds. I will always forever think that. I don't think I'm beautiful. I don't think I'm pretty at all. That is what it is. But there are people out there that I have seen at my size who are beautiful, who have great hearts and great personality, and they deserve love. We deserve love just as much as someone who's 150 pounds. And I just think it's so crazy that just because someone is with me that makes them a feeder or they're using me, I have nothing to give. They can't be using me. I have nothing to give. By insinuating that Feline is using me or a feeder, you're also insinuating that my exes were that way as well.
No, to be honest, I think that Becky and Destiny were more on your side than Wifey. I feel like I expected a lot from Wifey, and that's because of you. You made us think that Wifey is going to be changing your life. And to be honest, it wasn't right to be putting all that pressure on her as well, because I think it was too much for her too. And I think in a way, she doesn't want to upset you because you probably provide for her in some way. You can say that you have nothing to give, but we all know that you do. Come on. People can calculate your income. So don't forget that. People understand YouTube, I don't know. I feel like Becky and Destiny were more vocal. They were trying to help you. They were more transparent. But I think it came to the point where they kind of gave up and they were just enabling you at that point. Whereas with Wifey, I feel like I don't even hear her. She does her own thing and you do your own thing. And there's no input.
Okay, so as for this week, we did the whole takeout thing on Sunday, which was my last weigh-in that you guys saw, and that was not triggering at all. What triggered me, and I mean this from like the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for anything that you guys send me in my P.O. box. Like, it's just so kind that you guys even think of me, whether it's a letter or something you guys saw on Amazon that made you think of me. Like, it doesn't matter what it is so sweet. But someone did send me candy bars, and I don't want to blame this person because it's not the person's fault. Because I could have easily gotten rid of the candy bars, but they massively triggered me. And it was like, I had a couple candy bar binges, I'm not gonna lie. And that led into a spiral of binging on other things, ordering takeout. And it was like every other day. It was like one day I would do really good, next day I was binging. One day I would do really good, next day I was binging.
Yeah, that wasn't smart. There are two things here. The first thing is that person, whoever sent it, is, I don't know, I think you're a moron who sends food to someone who is really, really struggling. And also, are you supposed to be sending food? to someone's PO box? Like, is that a thing? But secondly, you know that she's gonna be triggered. You know, she gets triggered by friggin' broccoli. So why would you send her candy? The second thing is, maybe you didn't even mean it like that, to be honest, but I don't know. I think maybe it was just a young person, but if it is a young person, then it might have been like the family who helped or something. I don't know. The other thing is, I think you shouldn't have mentioned this, Amber, because there are lots of people who want you to fail. So now they know that this is going to trigger you. They're going to be sending you a ton of shit, like food and junk and snacks. Like, you really shouldn't have said that.
And literally it's a candy bar binge because I don't buy candy bars. Obviously there are times where I would love a candy bar, but Feline is like, do you really need one? So having tons of Cadbury candy bars in my pantry was extremely triggering, and I wasn't strong enough. And yeah, and to go back and forth, like one day do so good and next day do so bad, and just like that back and forth was wear and tear on my body. I will tell you that. Like my gallstones, I was feeling ill. I really truly was. And it's crazy because like I wasn't having much gallstone pain for like a few years. Like it was rare. And then ever since I took Ozembic and I was losing weight and I was losing more weight, and I was down like 106 pounds, whatever. I don't know if like my gallbladder just like got triggered.
Right. This is such crazy talk. Hear me out, right? She's talking about, you know, oh, my gallbladder is hurting, and oh, it may be to do with the fact that it got triggered by the Ozempic, whatever. Are you forgetting that you've mentioned yourself in one of your titles now that you're 550 pounds? You've gained like 70 to 80 pounds. You don't think that that's something to do with it? Your gallbladder, if it's inflamed, then you'll need to try and reduce fatty foods. Your gallbladder secretes bile, and the bile is to help break down fats. If it's irritated, then you need to try and avoid eating fatty food so that it doesn't activate as much. You've been eating a lot of fatty food, Amber, and this is part of your denial, delusion, whatever you want to call it. Don't blame it on the Ozempic.
And ever since then, it's like whenever I binge like really bad, I feel ill. And a lot of the times that doesn't happen. There are several different types of binges. Like the one that I have been having most is like the type where it's like I don't even get ill. I don't get full. I could eat so much and it's like never ending. How does my stomach expand that big? But I noticed after taking Ozempic and after stopping, I have just been getting like super sick from binging. And it's like sometimes not even like me being sick like that stops me, because I mean that's the issue, you know, binge eating disorder. And a lot of people have been like, are you sure you're a binge eater, or are you just like addicted to food? And I'm like, can it be both? I don't really know. I know with trying to get weight loss surgery, I know I'm gonna have to see a psychologist, and this is a whole other subject because I already have one.
Yeah, you know, I do wonder that too. I feel like sometimes that maybe she's just addicted to food rather than it being a binge eating disorder. Just because I feel like Amber she would make money from a lot of things, right? She would probably film herself during these crazy binges. And in the past that she always says that, oh, I've never filmed a binge, but I feel like she has. Then I'm thinking, actually, maybe that wasn't a binge. It's just her eating and overeating, eating. And she likes having the diagnosis of binge eating disorder because it makes it seem like it's not her. She has no control over it because it's a disorder. Whereas if you're just kind of, you know, you really like eating, then the responsibility is on her and she has to change that.
But I'm not going to be able to see the one that I have anymore. And I will explain that in a future video. I do not want to get into that right now because it actually makes me really sad. But by trying to get weight loss surgery, I am going to have to see a psychologist who specializes in bariatric patients, and I think they're going to be able to see more like what is really the issue. Is it binge eating? Is it food addiction? Is it both? And I think I'm really gonna take advantage of this whole weight loss surgery path I'm going on.
You know what her problem is? Is that she loves to plan. Like, you know, her journal, she's planned everything. She wants to plan and write things down and tell herself that she's gonna do this, do that, do this, do that. But she can do it perfectly. She could, you know, she could make that a job. Doing planning and organizing, micromanaging. That is a super skill that she has. What she can't do is keep that up and do it, you know? By the way, Amber, I'm going to be charging you for that. That's a really good idea. You should make a job of that. Anyway, my point is that she can't sort of follow through with things. Now, I feel like, again, she's getting this new therapist, and each time she gets someone new, she gets so excited and super motivated, and she plans all these like days and weeks and whatever, and then it gets to the point and she's like, I've thought about it. No, this triggers me. The diet plan that they gave me, it triggers me. I think that I didn't really get on with this dietitian. I didn't get on with this weight loss doctor. You find an excuse for everything because the planning of it is so much more exciting because it doesn't take a lot of effort, you know?
Because that is what I feel like is ultimately what is going to change my life. And right now, obviously, I couldn't go under the knife. With the way that I binge, it's not going to happen because I need to be able to get in the right headspace and the right mind frame before I do that. And I don't know if that's going to take me a couple weeks or a couple months or a year. I don't know, but we're going to figure that out. So as for my weigh-in, last week I was 514.6. This week I was 515.8. I was only up 1.2, and I think it's because I was going back and forth.
She makes things sound so okay. Like, she makes it sound like nothing happened. She has a talent for that, this girl. Damn, Amber, you should be watching this video. I've unlocked a lot of your secret talents. She makes it sound... Did you see how she worded it? She's like, I've only gained a pound, and when you really think about it, like, if you heard it, if you pass someone and you hear that comment, like, I've only gained a pound, that sounds like, you know, yeah, that's okay, it's only a pound. But Amber, you're on a weight loss journey, not a put on journey. It is a big deal.
One day I was doing great, next day I wasn't. One day I was doing great, next day I wasn't. If I would have had the whole week at a horrendous rate of just binging or like overeating or whatever, I would have been up so much more weight. So it's like, as much as the yo-yo of it all made me feel like crap, I'm almost grateful it was a yo-yo and not just like a full-fledged binge week, because that would have been very bad. So yeah, I'm up 1.2. I should be down about 5 pounds right now if we're doing based on my goal here, or like a little over 4 pounds. I'm only down about 5 pounds, so I am still like there.
Do you remember in my past video I said that she does this weird calculation? I don't know what the heck she just did there. She's gained a pound, but somehow in her total she's made it seem like she's lost 3 pounds. What? I don't know how you do that. That's another talent, you know. Also, something's not right if your goal is to not binge throughout the whole week. If that's your goal, then your standards, they're too low, girl. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. And also, I think her makeup is really pretty today. I love the glitter on her eyelids. But anyway, leave me a comment. Let's talk as usual. I do love you all. And I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.